What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be trying to figure out a problem that I'm having with the clutch on my 2004 Hyundai Tiburon GT. Basically this happened when I was driving home from work. I was at a stoplight and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, light turns green. I try to go and it's biting way lower than it normally did. And it felt really squishy. So I was afraid that one of the cylinders, either the master cylinder or the slave cylinder, was broken. So we're going to kind of go through the steps to diagnose what's wrong with the system. So to get a basic understanding of how a hydraulic clutch system works, when you press the clutch down, there's fluid that gets pressurized by this master cylinder. That's the first part that the clutch presses, is that cylinder. It builds up the pressure through the system and actually runs through a line here, and it comes down to the slave cylinder, which then is the second cylinder that engages and disengages the actual clutch. So it pushes this rod out, back and forth, and engages the clutch when you press it down, and vice versa. So first thing we're going to check is just to make sure that that works, and it does. I did press it down and have someone look, and it extends and releases like it should. And then you also can check underneath where this master cylinder is. First thing you can look is to see if there's actually any leaks on the cylinder. So just find where the part where the rod actually is touching the clutch pedal. Check to see if there's any leaks up here. I don't have any, so you can look on the other side. On the other side of the firewall is the other side of this cylinder. Just check to see if there's any leaks. I don't have any. Usually it's not the master cylinder, but it would be pretty obvious if you see fluid leaking out of there. The next thing you can see is just check your reservoir where the fluid is. Mine's pretty full, but if that's really low, you might have a leak in the system that's releasing that, because that should never actually go down. It doesn't evaporate or anything. And the next thing you can look is the slave cylinder, which is different on every car, but it basically works the same. Check to see if there's any fluid under there, any leaks that's indicating, and I don't have any. I don't see any, at least. So the next thing we're going to do, I guess, is just try bleeding the line to see if there's any air built up in the system. Alright, so it makes it easier if you get a helper on this part. So go ahead, Nick, and press the clutch down. So see how that rod actually gets extended and released? Keep going. That's engaging and disengaging clutch, which is working properly, but there might be air in the system, which is why it's causing the clutch to have a squishy or spongy feel. So we're going to bleed the line with this high-tech device I made. And just put it under there. Alright, now that I have that little thing in place, he's going to press the clutch down to build up pressure in the system, and I'm going to release or loosen this bleeder and try to get any of the air that's in the system out. Alright, Nick, can you press it down? All the way to the floor? And tighten it back up. Okay, release it. And then pump it a couple times. How's it feel? Better, tighter than before?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah. Hey.
Well, we're going to do it one more time just in case. So press it all the way down, Nick, to the floor. Then you just loosen this. See the oil shoot out. Then tighten it. Okay, now do the same thing. So you have to pump it a couple times in order to get that back up. How's it feel? Alright, so we're going to test that out and see if that fixed my problem. Well, I just took it for a spin, and everything's working properly. So I don't really know what exactly caused that to happen in the first place. I don't know if it's a sign of a failing cylinders, but it caused air to get somehow in the system. But now everything seems to be working properly, and we seem to fix the problem. So thanks for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for updates.